Okay, so for our flank steak garlic bread appetizer, you're gonna get an Italian bread. You're gonna slice it about a 1/4 inch, or as thin as you want. So slice it up, put it on a baking sheet, grease the baking sheet, and then drizzle olive oil all over the bread. So on each side, we're gonna drizzle olive oil. We're gonna season each side. And this bread is gonna go in the oven at 425 degrees for about maybe 3 minutes a side, if that. Just make sure it doesn't burn. So you're gonna definitely flip it. So just oil each side, okay? And then you can just kind of wipe the oil on if you could, just to get it all over. And then we're gonna do garlic powder. So we're gonna sprinkle garlic powder all over, just sprinkle it, okay? Then we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of onion powder, just a little bit, okay? Then we're gonna sprinkle some paprika on top, okay? And then we're gonna sprinkle some pepper. Okay, so these are basically all completely seasoned, and our flank steak is going to be sliced and it's going to lay on top of the bread. It's absolutely delicious. And then we'll sprinkle with a little bit of salt. So basically we're just going to take these now, we're going to flip them and do the same thing to the other side, and then they're going to go in the oven for a few minutes. Just flip them, make sure they're not burning. And then when they're done, you're just going to take the bread and set it aside. And we're just going to go ahead and start marinating our flank steak. So this is a great appetizer. Okay, so we'll get to that step next. Okay, here's a close-up before I put it in the oven. Both sides are completely seasoned. And it's going to go in the oven, and I will show you when it's removed. Okay, so this is my flank steak, and this is how I season it. I have a half of a lemon, and I'm going to squeeze the lemon juice all over on both sides. On both sides. Okay, and then we're just going to salt each side. So I'll just do this side first. So salt, pepper, oregano, okay, and paprika. Okay, and then flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Then we take this and we put it in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes or so, or until you're ready to cook it. So I'm going to broil mine. I'm going to put paprika. So I'm going to broil mine. You can either cook it on a cast iron skillet, but cook it to your liking. So it's not a thick piece. It's about 1.5 pounds. So I am going to cook it probably 4 to 5 minutes aside in the broiler. Then I'm going to let it rest, and I'm going to slice it, and it's going to go right over my garlic bread. So this is my flank steak. The flavors are amazing. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, and when I'm ready to cook it, I'm going to cook it, and when it's done, I'm going to slice it up, and I'm going to put it on my garlic bread, and I'll show you. So my flank steak is ready to go into the broiler. I put 3 tablespoons of butter on top. And then after about 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to flip it, put it back in the broiler with another 3 tablespoons of butter. And then it should be done. We'll let it rest, and then we'll slice it up. Okay, so this is my flank steak on garlic bread. And it's absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching What's on My Plate.